Hi everyone, welcome back to Listen Global English. Today, we are going to discuss a subject that affects almost every woman, regardless of where she lives, how much she earns, or what career she has. That subject is investing. More specifically, we're going to answer an important question. Why do financial experts increasingly say that women need to start investing earlier? Before we start, I'm Gary. I'm a British English teacher, a former financial consultant, and I've lived in Colombia since 2010, teaching English to professionals, executives, and English learners. And we do this through real-world topics, real meaningful conversations. So, onto the subject. Why do financial experts increasingly say that women need to start investing earlier? Now, many people believe investing is only for wealthy people. Others think it's just too risky. And some simply don't know where to begin. But the reality is that investing may be one of the most important skills, financial skills, a person can learn. And for women, there are several reasons why starting early can make an enormous difference later in life. So let's begin. Now, many people use the words saving and investing as if they mean the same thing. They don't. Saving means putting money aside for future use. To put money aside means to reserve it rather than spend it. For example, you might save money, you might put money aside for a holiday, a new laptop, or an emergency fund. Investing is different. Investing means using your money to buy assets that have the potential to grow in value over time. Very different to saving. An asset is just something that has value and may generate income or increase in worth, in value. Examples of assets could be stocks or bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, which are exchange-traded funds, and things like real estate. Now, the goal of investing is not simply to protect money. The goal, the aim, is to grow it. And many people assume that financial planning is exactly the same for men and women. Now, as I say, I was a financial advisor, a financial consultant for many years in London and Europe. And it's common knowledge that several factors make long-term financial planning particularly important for women. First, which seems obvious, but women generally live longer than men. In many countries, women live several years longer on average. Average just means typical when considering a large group of people on average. So living longer is obviously wonderful. However, it also means women often need more retirement savings because those savings must last for a longer period. The second factor here is that women are more likely to take career breaks. A career break is just a period when someone temporarily leaves work or leaves their career. These breaks can occur because of childcare responsibilities, family care, education, or personal reasons. Every career break can reduce future earnings, pension contributions, and investment growth. And the third factor, women still earn less than men on average in many countries. This is what we refer to as the gender pay gap. The pay gap refers to differences in average earnings between groups. And obviously, when earnings are lower, saving and investing become even more important. So we should discuss one of the most important concepts in personal finance: compound interest. You might hear that Albert Einstein said compound interest was the eighth wonder of the world. Whether he actually said that is debatable, but it's a powerful idea. Compound interest occurs when you earn returns not only on your original investment, but also on previous gains. In simple terms, your money begins earning money. Then that new money starts earning money too. This is compound interest. So let's imagine two women, Maria and Sophia. Maria starts investing at age 25. Sophia waits until age 35. Both invest the same amount every month. Both earn the same average return. And even though Maria only started 10 years earlier, she could end up with dramatically more money at retirement, simply because compound interest had more time to work. This is why financial experts, financial consultants, and advisors, why they often say time in the market is more important than timing the market. Timing the market means trying to predict exactly when investments will rise or fall. That's timing the market. But time in the market is far more important. We have a useful English expression related to investing. Well, it's not an English expression. It's something we use in the UK. I think it's a Japanese saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. The meaning is simple. Ideally, we should have started earlier. Should have is an example of a good idea that did not happen. Should have. Ideally, we should have started earlier. But if we haven't, or if we didn't, the next best option is to start now. This idea applies perfectly to investing. Now, why many women don't invest? If investing is so important, why do many people delay it? Well, research suggests several reasons. One common reason is lack of confidence. Many women report feeling that they need to know more before they begin investing. Interestingly, studies have shown that women often underestimate their financial knowledge. To underestimate means to judge something as smaller or less important than it really is. To underestimate. Men, on the other hand, are often more willing to invest, even when they know relatively little. Another reason is fear of risk. Risk is just the possibility of losing money. However, avoiding all risk can create a different problem: inflation. Inflation is just the general increase in prices over time. If your money sits in, say, a low-interest account, we say low-interest bearing account in a bank, for many years, inflation will eventually, or may gradually, reduce its purchasing power. Purchasing power is just how much you can buy with your money. Now, before we discuss investing any further, I want to explore another important financial concept: debt. Debt is just money that you owe. But not all debt is equal. Good debt is debt used to acquire, to buy, something that may increase in value or improve future earnings. We call this good debt. Examples are things like education loans, business investments, maybe property purchases. Bad debt, on the other hand, generally refers to borrowing money for things that quickly lose value. For example, high-interest credit card debt, unnecessary consumer prices. Cars lose a lot of value the second you buy them. Now, many financial experts recommend paying off high-interest debt before investing, or before investing heavily. To pay off means to completely eliminate, to get rid of a debt. One of the most common reasons women begin investing is financial independence. Financial independence means having enough resources to support yourself without depending on others. When we say depend, or depend upon, or depend on, we mean to rely upon someone or something. Financial independence can provide freedom. Freedom to change careers, freedom to start a business, maybe freedom to leave an unhealthy situation, and freedom to retire when you choose. Many women today view investing not simply as a way to make money, but as a way to gain options in life. Now, this conversation is becoming increasingly important across Latin America. As I said earlier, I've been here in Colombia teaching English, mainly business English, for the past 16 years. Now, historically, here and in Europe and the US, many households historically relied on a single primary income earner. An earner is someone who generates income. Today, however, more women are entering professional careers, launching businesses, and taking control of their personal finances. At the same time, many public pension systems across the Latin American region face challenges related to aging populations and economic pressures. A pension, by the way, this is just money paid regularly to people after retirement. There are different types, but we'll discuss them in future podcasts. As a result, financial education is becoming more important than ever. More women are opening investment accounts, learning about index funds, purchasing property, and planning for long-term wealth creation. When I say wealth creation, I mean building assets and financial security over time. I'm going to give you some useful phrasal verbs connected to this topic. You'll hear these regularly around financial subjects. To build up. To build up means to gradually increase something. To give you an example, she built up a large investment portfolio over 20 years. A portfolio is just a collection of investments. To set aside. This means to reserve something for a specific purpose. You could say she sets aside 10% of her salary every month. It's to reserve something. To pay off, well, that means to eliminate a debt completely. They paid off their mortgage early. A mortgage is just a loan used to buy property. We call it a mortgage, it's just a loan to buy property. To fall behind. This means to make less progress than expected. People who delay retirement planning often fall behind financially. to live on. This means to survive using a particular amount of money. To explain that, you could say many retirees, people who are retired, retirees must live on a fixed income or a set income, same thing. A fixed income means income that remains relatively constant. A set income is another way of describing this. Now, like in every subject, there are common mistakes. The first is waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment rarely arrives. I'm talking about investment here. The second is believing you need a large amount of money to begin. Many modern investment platforms, they allow people to start with relatively small amounts. And the third mistake I see is giving up during market declines. A decline is a decrease. Financial markets naturally move up and down. And the successful investors, they focus on long-term goals, usually, rather than short-term fluctuations. A fluctuation is a temporary rise or fall. So looking ahead, the future of investing is becoming more and more accessible. Accessible means easier to reach, to understand, or to use. Accessible. Technology has made financial information available to millions of people. Investment platforms are simpler than ever before. Educational resources are widely available. And as a result, barriers, obstacles that once prevented many women from investing are gradually disappearing. To disappear means to stop existing or to become impossible to see. Final thoughts here? Well, the most important lesson from today's episode is not that women should take greater risks. The lesson is that women should understand the power of time. Starting earlier gives compound interest more years to work. It provides greater flexibility, it increases financial security, and it creates opportunities that may not otherwise exist. Remember, you do not need to be wealthy to begin investing. You do not need to be a financial expert. You simply need to start learning, start planning, and start taking action. We often say in English, again, it's not an English saying, I think it's from Tanzania, little by little, a little becomes a lot. The meaning is simple. Small actions, repeated consistently over time, can produce remarkable results. So thank you very much for listening. This is Listen Global English. We have 2 other podcasts. We have Listen Business English, where we focus more on purely business concepts. And we have Listen Online English, where we study grammar and phrasal verbs and idioms. I'll leave links to both in the description below. So if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to follow the podcast, leave a review maybe, share it with friends, family, and other English learners. And until next time, keep listening, keep learning, and keep improving your English. Bye-bye for now.